And it's time to move on to our third segment because the draft is right around the corner. The combine is starting this week. There's going to be so many more questions. There's going to be so many more answers. So make sure you're tuning in to Beyond the Box twice a week. Subscribe and like on all social platforms, especially on YouTube. Click that bell for all the notifications so that you can get when our content drops. Let's end the show and talk about something fun. Beloved Detroit athletes.
I'm excited for this.
We're going to power rank our top 5. If we share, we did this a little while ago, the top 5 guys who need a Super Bowl win in 2023. It's a new segment that we're rolling out called Eric and A.J.s Top 5s. Could be anything. Could be pizza places. Could be game day foods. Could be beloved Detroit athletes, which is what it's going to be tonight. So, Eric, let's power rank them 5 through 1. If we have one of the same guys at a different place, we'll just make mention of it and where we had them. And we will go from there. Kick it off, my man. Who do you got at number 5? Who's your 5th most beloved Detroit athlete?
To me, the 5th most beloved athlete is a guy with a lot of upside. We didn't get to see a lot of him this season with the Detroit Lions, but I think it's Jamaal Williams. I have seen unbelievable clamoring to
right
see
out of that
J-Mo
conversation
just shine.
Of course.
And it's something. Oh yes, it's something about wide receivers especially in Detroit, because
just
they hold a
expendable they are.
No, they hold a deep spot in our hearts as Detroit fans.
Why,
and J-Mo could be that next great. I don't, because of Calvin Johnson, Johnny Morton, Herman Moore.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great
right.
wide receivers that have come through Detroit Lions franchise. So,
but let's be very clear though, J-Mo is not Calvin Johnson.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that, but he's like, I was in Ford Field when he caught, well, no, not when he caught the touchdown, but when he did the end around.
Yeah.
Seeing how loud it got, just seeing him touch the ball. Even when he didn't, people just saw him get on the field and see the reaction. There's a lot of love for J-Mo. I got things put him up in top 5. You don't like that, dude. Ooh, look at you.
I don't really like it. I don't think he's. I think that people love him, but like the top 5 most beloved athletes in the city right now.
He's big on social media too. He's big with the kids.
Okay. I feel like I'm starting to not like him, even though like I do like him.
Yeah, I don't
and so
like him.
I gotta reel it in because I do like the kid and I want him to be successful. Just gotta stop the diva stuff. Number 5 for me. Number 5 for me is on the hardwood, and he wears number 23, and it's Jaden Ivey.
Oh, okay.
And there's a reason. Like, I know that people necessarily aren't thrilled with the fact that they could have had other people when they drafted him. I get that. But I think that his connection to the city, right? Didn't his grandfather play for the Lions and his mother played for the Shock? His connection to the city, the fact that he's kind of embraced the city and embraced his role, and I think that he's a very bright young star that the team is clearly building around. He's as athletic as can be. He's exciting to watch on the basketball court. I think people just gravitate toward him. So I'm putting Jaden Ivey at number 5.
Yep, his dad went to Country Day as well.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, shout out Javen Hunter. That's a good one.
Thanks.
That could have lined up better with the draft. I know a lot of guys didn't want Keegan Murray. And like you said, knowing that he wanted to be in Detroit, what the ties were, that was awesome seeing how that came together. Shout out to Jaden Ivey.
Who do you got at number 4?
Number 4 is somebody that flashes whatever. I'm a casual in the hockey world. I'm okay with admitting that.
Sure.
But when I can tell someone's special, I know it's something real. Mo Sieder is my number 4. Wow. He gets a lot of good reception inside of LCA whenever I've seen him play.
Okay.
He's just like, I'm still learning the game, but just knowing how he moves, his connectability to the team, and seeing the success as well. Just won Rookie of the Year and showing that he looks like a franchise player, the piece of this franchise. So I'm very excited for him. I think a lot of other fans are as well. I've got to put Mo Sieder in top 5.
Okay. So a guy that I have to put number 5 and make sure that, in the top 5, make sure he gets there, is Riley Greene. Number 4 for me is Riley Greene. Always smiling, lights up the room, like biggest smile on his face all the time. Great baseball player. Has shown the ability to play phenomenal defense and hit the ball, and honestly changed the entire team dynamic when he came up last season.
No question.
It wasn't necessarily phenomenal offensive production, but it was enough offensive production to make the offense a little bit better. They're still the worst in the league. I'm looking for big things for Riley Greene in year number 2. And I got him at number 4 on my most beloved Detroit athletes. Who do you got at number 3?
Yeah, he had the Jose Iglesias excitement. I love seeing him. If he would have played from the start, I would have put him up there too with you.
If he would have played from the start, he would have been an all-star last year.
I'm not even against that. He was spectacular.
Yeah.
Number 3, I almost didn't put him in here, but I can't leave a GOAT off this list. Miguel Cabrera's got to be number 3. He was, before Riley Greene, he was one of the lifelines that was keeping the Tigers' season in interest. He was fantastic in spots that we didn't expect him to. He's now debuted a new haircut style and whatnot, and he's an all-time great. Like, people can debate. Excuse me. People can debate the GOATs of generations. He's easily, if he's not, he's at least in the conversation. Like you put Pujols up there, whoever else, he's in that conversation. To me, he's the greatest of this generation, and he's one of the best of all time. Got to put Miggy on this list.
Interesting. Okay. I've got Dylan Larkin at 3. The captain. I think captains in the winged wheel, red uniform, white uniform, whichever one it is, if you got that C on your chest, you are a beloved member of this sports town. And he's the captain. And yes, they're going through conversations about his contract and an extension and all that, but he's Dylan Larkin. He's a hometown guy. You can't help but like him. I mean, he's probably my favorite Red Wing, even though there's Mo Sieder. Like, I agree that was a great pick, but I'm going to put the captain up there over Mo Sieder.
That's surprising. It's because, like, I've seen fans push back on the idea of bringing him back because of the contract situation.
I know, but
that's the only reason I couldn't put him in there.
I think that's silly. He's the best player on your team. Is he the best player at his position in the league? No. But he is the best player on your team.
Okay.
And he's your captain.
Okay.
If you have a captain, you have to like the captain.
The Red Wings captain is a big responsibility.
It's a big deal. It's like playing quarterback for the Lions.
Facts. I'll give you that. Okay.
Like, that's a big deal.
If he doesn't come back, you got to take that's going to look bad. So you got to update your list again.
I think he comes back.
Okay.
No. If he doesn't come back, then you know what? We'll do another list.
Right. We'll go back.
What do you got at number 2?
Number 2, the guy that he won me over this year. I got to give Aiden Hutchinson some love. He was phenomenal.
We have the same number 2.
Okay, cool. So, I'll keep my little brief then. Yeah, he really blossomed in a lot of different areas. I mean, his ability to not just rush the passer, getting after the run, his athleticism, his hands. Like, people don't talk about how when he was picking pass off, it wasn't some lucky stuff where he's catching it with the chest. He's snatching it in areas where he's not even expected to be in. Yep. He's won over a lot of people. I couldn't put him at number 1 because of the Michigan State fans who still push back on him. But, I think he's winning a lot of people over. Hutch is my number 2.
I had Hutch. I mean, I think that he kind of embodied this Lions season, and like a lot of the success was built upon him blossoming, like you said, and being the hometown kid, divine child, and then the University of Michigan, and then the Detroit Lions. Like, you can't help but love a guy like that.
Real quick, we could maybe do this later as a topic at some other point. What do you think his ceiling is at this point? After what we saw, what do you think his ceiling could be?
Oh man, yeah, we gotta do that at a different time. You can't put me on a spot like that, man.
No problem. That's cool.
It's pretty good, but like
cliffhanger. It's a good cliffhanger.
I mean, it's gotta be like a top 5 kind of thing. Like, could he be one of the Bosa brothers? Yeah, I would think so.
I think it's on the table.
Number 1, and I know that we disagree here.
I think this one is obvious. I'm mad I don't have his jersey on right now.
It's not obvious.
This is a clear-cut, easy answer.
It's not.
It's that bad man that the Pistons drafted with the number 1 overall pick. It's something about Detroit athletes that are homegrown and drafted and developed here.
Okay. Now you're
an easy call. My guy. It's an easy call. It's Cade Cunningham.
No, it's not,
It's easy. Go on social media. It's a billion Cade Avies.
I love Cade, and I agree with you. He is great. But the amount of people that dislike Cade Cunningham means he cannot be number 1.
They're not real people.
And
they don't count as real people.
And I noticed a clear omission from your list. Who's my number one?
Who?
The most beloved Detroit athlete right now is Jamaal Williams.
No
Come
way.
on, man.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes, sir.
No, he is more beloved than Cade Cunningham? You're bugging. I'll put him in my top 5 in some spot, but
Listen
way is he number one.
I'm telling you right now, people will be more hurt by him signing with another team than Cade being traded.
You are
crazy.
I'm gonna test you after this. There's no way you truly believe that. Listen,
100% I believe it.
No, he literally just got here, and again, he might not even be here next season.
He's been here for as long as Cade has been here.
But he hasn't had it close to the success that Cade has had. He's had more, he's had some dull moments, some black mark moments. The fumble against Dallas. There have been some games where he's disappeared. Where
was that not the knock on Cade when he got here too?
No, listen.
Come on,
for
man.
People who watch, no. For people who watch Detroit Piston basketball, Cade had 2 bad games. One where he scored 2 points against the Magic, 6 points against the Bucks. His third game, he had a double-double of 18 and 10. People overblow that argument so much. No, I'm not. No.
Again, we are arguing goodness here, right? I'm with you.
But you put the wrong guy on that Jamaal Williams. No way.
It has to be. The amount of love that guy has from Detroit Lions fans.
It's a lot.
Who makes up probably the biggest group of Detroit sports fans in and of itself. You can say what you want to say about all the other sports. They're great. They all have their own merits. The Detroit Lions are what make this sports town go. And he's the most popular Detroit Lion. Bar none.
That's even debatable. I don't even know about that. That's debatable. He's more popular than Hutch?
I think. You know why? Because he doesn't have the Michigan State hate. I'm telling you.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you. We're gonna put a survey up on you. We're gonna put a survey up on YouTube. Who's more beloved in Detroit sports, Cade Cunningham or Jamaal Williams?
Cade has a mural. Cade has a mural off Jefferson, in the whole painting. Great. What are we talking about? No way. There's no way. There's a man who embodies.
We'll see in the poll results.
Please.
I want to see this when the poll results get up. Who is a more popular, more beloved Detroit sports athlete? Is it Jamaal Williams or is it Cade Cunningham? We've got to, and we will give you the result.
Please.
When we see you again on Friday. But for now, we're going to continue to probably debate this off air. We will see. But it's time to come to an end of your favorite Detroit sports show, Beyond the Box. He's Eric. I'm AJ. We will see you again on Friday to talk a little bit more NFL Combine. Let's talk a little spring training. We'll see what we get to. Whichever way the wind's blowing, we'll see you there. Have a good one.